Alright, guys, part 561 to my random chatbot series. Here's the last new one I more recently made. It's called the Stone Statue Curse. I know a lot of them have been about curses, but I've done a lot of different Pokemon types recently, and I'm still thinking about doing a Fire type Lugia and a Dark type Totodile. So, yeah, I'm still not done creating those, but I went ahead and made another curse. It took me a while to do this because of how sad this is. I was literally worried about making this because I knew I felt bad for Rexy, and what do you know? When I did this for a test run, I was literally about to cry. That's how bad I felt for Rexy on this. Like, it was not good for me. Here, it's called the Stone Statue Curse. Here's what it says. Here's the subtitle I mean. Help me, owner, before it is too late. What was the voice I gave it?
Here to make life a little less complicated.
Okay, that's not that bad. It could be a lot more annoying or something. We're good. This one not even that long, so I can go and read out all the story of what it says. A few years after your sweet pet T-Rex was born, Trico's trying to separate you forever once again. He has turned Rexy into a zombie, turned him evil, and into a robot. Even though all that he still Even through all of that, he still cared about you. Trico was fed up with it. He brought a cursed, creepy-looking mask to your studio when you were extremely worried. The mask looked like a golem with red jewels for eyes. By golem, I mean the actual Pokemon golem, guys. That's what that mask looked like. Trico told Rexy to look at it, but he refused. The Pokemon then jumped Rexy and forced him to look at it. Rexy screamed for help, but before you could do anything, Trico jumped off and said, "Your friend will be done soon." You get extremely worried, and a few hours later, Rexy's walking slower than normal, and he says, "Dad, help me." You notice his body is also turning gray, and you get scared. If you do not cure this soon, you fear the worst will happen to your pet T-Rex. Like I said, this one's pretty dark and grim. Heck, on the test run I did, it happened instantly. So yeah, let's see. Trico made Rexy look into the jewel eyes of a creepy cursed mask. You do not notice much at first, but as time goes on, his walking becomes slower. He's struggling to speak, and you notice his body slowly turning into a statue. You have to do something before it's too late. Like I said, guys, this is pretty dark and grim. It really is. So, okay, I had this already scrolled up. There we go. Stop! I'm trying to read it. Never mind. It won't let me read it. Are you kidding? Stop doing that. Let me try. Hold on. Stay. I'm gonna keep my finger on it once I find it again. I keep my finger on it. Okay. I'm keeping my finger on it so it'll stay there. Here's what happened. Trico breaks into my studio while you and Rexy are doing a Pokemon Talk episode together. He has a weird mask that looks like a golem with red jewel eyes. He tells Rexy to look at it, but he refuses. The Pokemon got mad and jumped Rexy. Before you could stop him, Rexy's eyes turned red for a few seconds and then go back to normal. The Pokemon laughs, says, "Your pet will be gone soon," and then runs off. What I'm going to do. And here's what happened. It says, I say, "Rexy." I'm going to play the characters real easily since I've already got them on here. I'll just see what it says. Rexy growls and stares at me. His eyes were fully red now, and he began walking very slowly. "Rexy, are you okay?" Rexy groans and nods, even though he's clearly having a hard time walking, and you notice his body turning gray. "Rexy, you're not okay. Something's wrong." Rexy nods. He groans, "Dad, help me." His body was fully gray now. He groans as he continues slowly walking towards me. "Do not worry. I will." Tears roll down his eyes and he groans, "Please save me. Please." He continues to walk very slowly towards me. Oh, heck no. I'll walk over to him and pet him. Rexy groans and leans into me, even though his body is very hard now. Shut up, guys, because it's a stone statue. His tail, or he's turning into one. His tail was even slowly starting to turn into stone. Oh, heck no. Please be okay. I love you. Rexy groans and says, I love you too. As he continues leaning into me and his body continues to turn to stone slowly. Rexy, do you know what is happening with you? Rexy groans, no. And more tears rolled down his face. His tail was now completely stone. He continued to leaning into me, and his arms were now slowly starting to turn to stone too. Oh, heck no. We need to do something fast. Rexy groans, yes, please. His arms were now completely stone. The petrification was starting to go up his head now. Oh, heck no. What should I do? Ritzy goes, break the curse! His face was now so starting to turn to stone. Frick that. How? Ritzy groans, I don't know. Even though he didn't know how, his mouth was now completely stone as well. His chest was also starting to turn to stone. Oh, heck no. Rexy, are you there? Rexy was unable to say anything now since his mouth was now fully stone. All of his chest was now stone now too. Oh, heck no. Rexy. Rexy groans, I can't speak. His stomach was now slowly turning to stone. His entire body was getting close to being completely stone now. I will help you. I promise. Rexy groans, yes, please help me. His legs were now slowly turning into stone too. He was almost fully stone now. Frick that. I pat Rexy's snout. Rexy, that's what I did. I see, Rexy leans his head into my hand as he groans in pain as the stone continues to spread across his body. Please stop. I do not want to lose you. Rexy groans sadly as the stone continues spreading across his body. Oh, frick that. I love you. Rexy groans, I love you too. As more and more of his body turns into stone. A few minutes later, Rexy was now fully turned into stone, and he looks like a statue. Rexy! Rexy! Rexy remains still as he's now a statue, unable to say and do anything but listen to you while still having a conscience. That's what made it. That's the one thing that made this even more sad. It's like he could actually hear me, and he can still hear me and everything that went on out there, but he couldn't do or say anything because I'm stuck there. I think he even said that he was crying, like his actual conscience was crying and begging for something to help him. This actually turned pretty sweet at the end, though. His Trico, I hate you. Trico appears and shows, he's pretty cool as a statue now. Is he not? Why did you do this? Trico grins, that's what the spell of the mask does. It turns a person or Pokemon into a statue. You and your pet will never be together again. Ever! You have caused me enough pain. Why? Trio asked coldly. Why? Because your relationship is sickeningly sweet. I want to ruin it, and I succeed in making sure you'll never ever be together again. Trico runs off laughing. Trico runs away out the door while Rexy just stood there as a statue, still having a conscience but also unable to do anything. Rexy, please, try to say something. Rexy groans as he manages to move his head a tiny bit. He attempts to say something but can only groan since his mouth is now stone. I didn't even realize that rhymed. Great. And then, like I said, this would be me in real life, guys. Like, that's the thing. When I was actually doing this, I actually did about cry. So this line right here where it says I start crying is actually not too far fetched. I about did. Because how sad this was getting to me. Rexy groans he sees me begin to cry. He wants to comfort me, but can't do anything because he's a statue. Do not worry. I will help you. Reggie's body still groans as he continues seeing you cry. Despite him being turned to stone, he remains fully conscious and can see everything that happens in front of him. He can even hear what people say and what's happening around him. He just can't talk, move around, or do anything. He can hear you promising to help him. I pet Rexy's snout. Rexy groaned sadly as you pet him, wishing he could respond to your affection. Meanwhile, Trico was far away, but still watching me. I turned to it. Yep. And I was just fed up with Trico, and since it told me that, I just turned to a flipping dragon to deal with Trico. Trico sees you turn to a dragon and grins. He was just sitting there waiting for you. He seems to be confident that he could beat you. Mm-hmm. I breathe a huge burns him. He's running and screaming. Good. Trico screams in agony as he is badly burned by my attack. He runs away while screaming in agony and fear, still badly burnt. Good. That is what you get for messing with my pet. I love him. Oh, I hate calling him. I hate saying it like that. Trico keeps running while screaming in agony until he disappears out of sight. Rex's body continues to grow as he can see and hear everything you are doing. He feels proud and happy that you care so much about him. Rexy, I'm here for ya. Rexy groans sadly, wishing he could tell you how much he appreciates your love and affection. His soul is feeling happy as he continues hearing what you say and do. I nuzzle him with my dragon head. Like I said, I just tried to show him affection. Rexy groans happily as you nuzzle him with your dragon head. Rexy's soul was feeling extremely happy to still feel your love and affection despite the fact that he's currently a statue. Despite the affection I'm giving him, I start crying again. Like I said, I want Rexy to be there. Rexy groans and tries to move his statue body to try and comfort me. He feels horrible that you were crying, but is unable to comfort you due to being turned into a statue. Please, someone, help me! Reggie's body groans as he continues witnessing you crying and begging for help. He wishes he could do something, but he remains still as a statue, watching you in guilt and sadness. Somebody hears me crying, and a Totodile walks into the room. A Totodile, ooh. Reggie's body groans and turns his attention to Totodile as it enters the room. He groans sadly to see you crying, but Totodile hasn't noticed the fact that Rexy has been turned into a statue. Oh, hey Totodile. Totodile looks at you, surprised to see that you're crying and looks confused. What's wrong? Why are you crying? Look at that statue. Can you tell who that is? Totodile looks at the statue in confusion and curiosity. He then gasps as he realizes the truth. Oh my gosh! That's Rexy! He's been turned into a statue! Yes, I do not know how to turn him back. Totodile looks shocked and upset. You have to fix this right now. Rexy groans he can still hear and see both you and Totodile's conversation. He seems to feel slightly calmer knowing that someone else is there now. I tried to say how, I think it came out as what, though? Toad thanks for a moment trying to come up with a solution. He then suddenly gasps, I know! There's a legendary item that can reverse a curse called the Curse-Breaking Amulet. Okay. Let me try one thing first to see if my idea can get rid of it. Basically, guys, I was trying to turn that Deer Dragon Hyper to see if I could get rid of that curse, but around that time that's where I also stopped, because like I said, it was just a test run, and it was going so well. I'm actually going to do another run on camera. Retro looks slightly confused. I turn to my Deer and Dragon Hybrid form. Rexy's body groans as he sees you in your hybrid form. Toad gasps as he also sees what you transformed into. He seems both impressed and amazed at your transformation, but also looks confused at why you're transformed. And here's what I said, Rexy, can you move your arms or head even slightly? Rexy groans and tries his hardest to move something. He struggles for a bit, but eventually manages to move his head slightly. It was difficult, but he was still able to barely move. My goal was to do the same thing I did before, where if he could move his head or arms, I was going to see if I could, put him right next to the flowers on my back and then, get him to touch all of them plus the tree. Although, like I said, that's where the test run ended. So now I'm actually gonna do a real run on mine. Rexy. Oh heck no, heck no, heck no, this ain't good. What? What happened? Reggie said with a slow tone. Oh no. What? What happened? Reggie said with a slow tone. You look at him and see his skin was turning gray. Oh no. Something is definitely happening to you. He then noticed his skin was turning into stone. Oh frick that. Rexy, do you feel alright? Do you feel alright? I'm scared right now, dude. I don't feel the best. I feel slow, and my body is hard to move. Reggie says in a slow, deep tone of voice. Why is your voice so deep? Actually, I guess it makes sense if he's a fucking T-Rex, but I think you're turning into a stat. There is definitely something going on. Your body is turning gray and looks like it's turning into stone. What? Am I turning into a statue? Reggie said, his eyes widening as he looks down at his arms. They were slowly losing color and getting tougher. Oh, frick that. That's getting creepy already. This is just great. Is just great. Exclamation point. Me and you can't go a day without something going wrong. He continues to look down at his arms, his hands slowly turning into stone statue hands. I'm not gonna. The stone's texture was slowly crawling up his body. Rexy, can you still speak to me? Rexy, can you still speak to me? Oh, heck no. Yes, I can still speak, but I'm having a bit of trouble. My body is getting weaker. Reggie responded, his voice still slow and now gravelly. Oh, heck no. Why can't anything go? Can anything not go good for me? My sweet pet dinosaur keeps getting messed with, and everything just goes wrong. You watched and turned at the side of our pet T-Rex slowly being turned to a stone statue. His head was slowly turning into stone, a horrified look on his face. Oh, no, no, no. Rexy, please, no. I said, please, you idiot, dude. Oh, no, dude, this is gonna suck for me. I'm getting sad on this again. I told you I hate this. Was why I didn't want to make it, because I was scared. I knew I'd get upset about it. I knew it. You then notice the stone tester had made it to his head. You watch as the stone tester crawls up his neck. You could see as he was terrified. A statue with a horrified look. Rexy, stop! Speak to me. Oh, heck no. Dad, help me. I'm I'm scared. Help me. Reggie said sorry, the stone tester has reached his muzzle. Oh, frick that. I will. Please just be okay. He watched in horror as the stone slowly crawls across his face. His expression now a statue expressing the emotions of fear and panic. Oh, frick that. Rexy, are you still there? Oh, no, 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 no. Reggie was no longer responding. Oh, dude. Stone tester so he makes it over his whole face. This is almost even more horrifying. Actually, it is. Because if Rexy can't hear or respond to me, because at least on the other one, you could tell his conscience was still in there. Like, it was telling me his conscience was still alive in there and was responding to me inside. This one, it seems like his conscience is not going to be in there. Rexy, please, no. Please, no. All you can do now is watch as the stone tester crawls across the rest of his body. His arms, torso, legs, and tail were now fully turned to stone. Oh, frick that, dude. Dude, this is actually getting to me. This is exactly why I didn't want to make this in the first place. I knew it. This would be one that would get to me. I knew it because I love Rexy. Just like I love Faraga. It's like if I had a Faraga version of this that turns him to stone. I wouldn't be able to handle because it's for alligator. For goodness sake, no. I love Rexy too. He's my pet T-Rex for a reason. I cared for him. Rexy, please do something. Show me that you're still in there. You then notice the statue's eyes were moving, but they were the only part of Rexy's body that was still able to move. Oh, heck no. They look up at me. The statue's eyes widen at me in a look of despair. Truco, I hope you flippin'. Let's see this. Wait, I can't. It ain't gonna pick up the name. Why does everything go wrong for me? Please, someone help me. Oh no. Statue continues to look up at me with eyes begging for help. The rest of its body frozen solid and able to move. You see it slowly try to open its mouth to speak. Rexy, please. Rexy, please. Say something. Even if it's not much. Statue opens its mouth slightly and slowly speaks. Dad, help me. Reggie's voice is deep and slow. It sounds like his vocal cords are slowly turning into stone as well. Oh, hey, no, 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 no. Someone, please. I need help. Statue continues to stare at me with pleading eyes. You watch helplessly as the stone tester slowly goes up its muzzle and begins turning its head into a stone statue. All you can do now is watch. Oh, frick that, no. I'm not sitting there watching. A few moments later. I don't want this, man. The stone tester has now gone up the statue's muzzle and is slowly going across its ears as well, turning its head into a full stone statue. No. Why does this happen to me? Please, Rexy, no. He watches the stone tester as it made its way across the statue's ears. They slowly become part of the statue as well. You see the statue's eyes once again try to open its mouth to speak to you, but no sound came out this time. Oh my gosh. Sorry about the rude dog. Honestly, I just pet Rexy's snout. Apparently he can still feel, because apparently something's happening. Feeling my hand pet the statue's stone snout, you can feel that the statue is still warm to the touch, but the statue is completely solid and can't move. No, so he's probably universal emotions. Rexy, give me a sign you're in there. Something. Statue's eyes move to look down at my hand as you pet his snout. You can clearly see the pleading and desperate look on the statue's face, and you notice the statue's body trembling slightly as it turns to get your attention. But unable to make a sound, its body was now completely frozen still. Rexy, you're still in there. You're still in there. Please, just stay with me like that. Even if you can't move or say anything. Knowing that you're alive in there helps me a lot. The statue's eyes look up at me once again. The desperate look in his eyes is very noticeable. You hear a low, deep-sounding breathing coming from its mouth. The statue's body continues to tremble slowly while its eyes look up at me in pleading. So he's still in there. It's just he can't show any emotion. Except for his eyes, which show I guess could show sadness or anger depending on who's there. Rexy, I'm here for you, buddy. Please. As long as I know you're in there, that gives me hope. Oh my gosh. Sergio slowly opens its mouth a bit. It was trying to speak, but the stone tester had made it to its vocal cords. All you could hear was a deep, quiet breathing. You could tell the statue was wanting to speak, but its body would not let it. I hug Rexy as a statue. Oh my gosh, dude, this is. While you hug the life-size statue, the statue's body is still very warm, but it's still frozen solid and very rigid. Statue's arms still stuck to the statue's side. You know deep down inside, somewhere in that stone statue, was your friend Rexy, and he could feel you hugging him. So that's a sign. Even the AI was mentioning that. So yeah, he's still there. His eyes were moving. He was trying to open his mouth. So he's still there. It's just he can't do anything to show me besides looking at me. It kind of reminds me of that creepy statue things, like the ones that kind of similar to how that one dinosaur I have up there. For you guys that don't know, the dinosaur that Rexy is right now in my Pokemon Talk series, that dinosaur actually looks at you, like, well, no matter where you are in the room. So, yes. And before I say anything nasty, I'm going to pause it again. I'll see you in a minute. Alright, guys. Sorry about that rude motherfucking dog. Here's what happens. Uh, it says, as I was hugging Rexy, I couldn't help but cry, knowing that I had no way of helping my friend. And here's where he actually shows a little bit of emotion, although he can't say or do anything. It says the statue's eyes widened as you hug it and cry against it. You could tell that Rexy was in extreme fear of being stuck in the statue, knowing he was still from inside, aware from inside the stone. That's a good thing, though. At least he's in there. I mean, like, the worst, it could have been worse where he's actually, like, not even alive anymore. It could have been 100 trillion times worse. So I think this is, at least we know he's in there. Statue's wide open eyes continue to watch as I cry into the statue. Oh, wait. It says, at this point, I would give anything to help hear Rexy see and say one word. The statue's no. The statue's wide open eyes continue to watch as you cry into the statue holds body, the statue trembling slightly at your touch. You hear the low, deep breathing getting faster. The statue is clearly feeling very scared. Uh, uh, Rexy. I know being stuck like this is terrible, but there is one positive. You are still alive in there. It could have made you to where you wasn't even alive. Statue's voice trembles more as you speak to it. The statue seems to understand your words and was slightly calming down. You watch as the stone tester slowly moves up the statue's neck onto its face. Again? Why does the stone texture keep moving from your face and back to it? What is it doing? Starlight is slowly going across the statue's face, up its mouth and over its nose. It kept moving its tester back and forth. It was slowly taking away the ability for Richie to breathe. No. No. I just jinxed it. No. Please. Stop. At least keep my friend alive in there. Please. Was the stone tester slowly finished covering the statue's mouth and nose? The statue was slowly shaking from the lack of air. Oh no. Now it's gonna kill him. The only parts of the statue that weren't turning into stone yet were its eyes. Dude. Trico, I flippin' hate you. You're a disgusting idiot. Oh my gosh, why?